Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the very first This is Mappa of 2024. Thank you for tuning in, boys and girls. I'm Stel and Thassos here. Merry New Year, my friend.
Happy many years. Happy many years. Many years. Happy New Year. Everybody, we're here for a good time.
Yes, party time. Party like it's 1999. Do you know what I want to do is get that a sound clip of those air horns.
Oh yeah,
dancehall and just have it, because you can do background music on StreamYard now. There's one called Rock. Where is it? Yeah, so you can have stuff like that. I wonder if I can add music. I'm gonna try and find a way to add it. Fuck it. And apparently we are live on the gram as well.
We are. You sorted it.
Are we?
Yeah, I see it here. This is Mappa is live.
Happy days.
Hello, Instagram.
I need to find out how many people are actually watching live on Insta. I'm not sure how to do it. I can't even check. There's got to be a way of checking, surely. No, I don't know. Hello, Instagram. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, for watching live. Thank you.
Hello.
The duo is back. The show was better when people had hair in it.
Of course.
Yes. Yin and yang. Yes.
Exactly.
Which one's which, though? The yin yang twins. Anyway. So, fucking hell, there's quite a lot to go through this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, the idea was to have this one now, so then we don't have a 3-hour one, 4-hour one to record on Tuesday.
Fucking hell, that was gonna be
yeah, especially since, you know, half the stuff we're going to talk about is stuff that's going to happen after. So, Jesus.
Yeah. Happy New Year from Durmishai. Well, do you know what? That's a good one, and that's a good place to start. That's a good place to start, because in fact our first game is actually SALAMINA beating ETHNIKOS by 3-2, and your new hero Durmishai grabbed a hattie.
Look at that.
Talk to me, my guy. Talk to me.
Listen. I've been talking about this guy for 12 months when Olympiacos signed him on loan at the beginning of last year. So, you know, he's come out of the shadows almost straight away from Doregaray and bagged a hat-trick. Pretty good hat-trick as well, I think. And in between, obviously, his goals, ACHNA scored 2, with De Riondo scoring 1 and Ze Gomez scoring the other one, either side of half-time. But yeah, it's the Durmishai show. Look at that. That's a lovely finish, isn't it? But yeah. This was a really good game to watch, especially in the first half. It's like ACHNA had like 62% possession in the first half, and SALAMINA were winning 2-1. So, you know, it tells you something, doesn't it? But yeah. Bogatinov is again for ACHNA getting caught off his line for Durmishai's first goal. it's like he got sent off the previous game. This one he gets done again. I think he needs to, you know, stick to the burgers.
Too many burgers over Christmas, mate. That's what it is. Burgers.
But yeah, good game. It was a good game. Obviously, I mentioned it very briefly just then, but Doregaray is
Doregon.
There it is. Yes, exactly. More like no, you know, especially for now SALAMINA, because 18 months he was with them and 27 goals in 54 games. That's 1 in 2 games for now SALAMINA. That's a fantastic record. And the champions of Peru have picked him up. I'm going to try and not. I'm going to try and not ruin the name of this team.
Peru. You still follows us on Instagram, though.
Yes.
Diego, come on,
Diego.
Don't forget us.
Yeah, exactly. Come and drop us a line when you're not busy, because they're.
We have a comment here, by the way. Doragarai gave us a lot, but Durmisha looks incredibly promising. I think we'll be fine. Now they brought in Janga, haven't they?
Yeah,
that was at APOLLON.
exactly,
And he's not a bad second striker, I'd say, behind. Because listen, Durmisha, he ain't gonna get dropped anytime soon. No way he's going.
No, exactly. He's been performing very well, especially the last few games for him. I was going to say that are they going to miss Doragarai in the end? They got 108,000 euros for him according to Transfermarkt, and they got Janga in for free. So that's still money in the bank, I think. So
potentially good business. Potentially good business.
They've got someone that, if they've got space in the roster, they've still got someone they could end up signing. But yeah, up front, I don't think they're going to have problems. It's further back, obviously. They conceded 2 goals against Aachen. Their defense needs a bit of work. But yeah, good on them. Good on them.
Yep. And interestingly enough, Salamina have scored 25 goals this season. They conceded 25 goals and they have 25 points.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. As for ETHNIKOS, that's 4 defeats on the bounce. What are we saying?
Listen.
What are we saying?
I'm not saying anything, right?
Is the montage coming up again? Is it coming soon?
You're gonna, yeah. Is it? Sachas is going to be the first one that's on there twice.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but no, right?
No.
They had a pretty good manager in Angel Lopez, right?
Yeah.
And then they decided whether they decided to have a mutual termination of the agreement because he had a job lined up, because remember he's gone to Volos, or whether they just didn't like him, is Sacha doing a good enough job for him? Considering they were saying the results that Angel Lopez was getting weren't that great.
Well, mate, listen, the way that things are right now, and we're going to go into the league table later on, they're slipping. Yep. They're slipping big time. And this is a big, big month for them, because if they're serious about staying up, they need to hang on to Mario Elia, and they need to bring in 2 or 3 at least. But,
it's not just Elia. They've got Cabrera as well. Probably going to get some interest in him.
Yep, for sure. Well, watch this space. We might have our 10th managerial casualty in the Protathlima. We're doing all right so far. The last one was Milojevic that left on the 5th of December. And we're in the 5th of Jan. So it's been a month without any managerial casualties. So tranquillo for now.
Let's see.
There we go. Right. On to the next, my friend. And another result coming in was Othello 0, AEK 0. Only 2 real chances to talk about. There was Fransov's header and a chance for Othello on the hour mark, roughly. To be honest, it was more of an entertaining game than a 0-0 would suggest, but doesn't benefit anyone, to be honest.
No, well, I mean, Othello's would be more happy with the point than AEK, for sure. Whereas Lati as well got sent off in the 90th minute, I think. And then Dimas had a free kick, like right on the edge of the box from it, and it didn't amount to much. I think, I think it's crap time for AEK to drop points. It's the first points that they've dropped since Ben Shimon took over.
Because everyone threw on the bounce prior to that.
Yeah, exactly. But another clean sheet for AEK, and a clean sheet for Othellos as well. Since Othellos have actually replaced Taudul in goal, I think they've got Banayodu in goal now. They seem a bit more solid at the back, so maybe it was time for Taudul to have a bit of a rest, because he was having a few errors in the last 2 or 3 games he was in. So it'll do him well. But yeah, Othellos, for some reason, they seem to be picking points against teams they shouldn't be. and are not performing as well against the teams around them.
Yeah.
So
it don't make any sense.
well,
Make
yeah,
no sense.
yeah. So I'm kind of worried for the second phase. What's going to happen when you can't play APOEL, APOLLON, and AEK and all these teams?
Yep. Well, Duris is back, isn't he?
Yeah. Duris is back. He's been brought off back from his loan from the team. And they've also signed a Slovakian player. A couple of them, I think. They've got
Robert Pick us a winner.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but him anyway. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway,
exactly.
Anyway, it is what it is. It is.
Yep.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right. Shall we move on to the next?
We can do.
We shall indeed. Because another game that raised a few eyebrows, ARIS against DOXA, for a couple of reasons. First of all, well, actually, no, 3 reasons. Number one, we got a mate in goal in Alex. We have Ernest Asante, who grabbed the equalizer for DOXA. Mate of ours. And also, Sim Tandy making his debut just days after joining the club. Now, this came right out of the blue, literally. And DOXA, again, making moves in the transfer market, makes you wonder where the fuck this money has come from.
Well, I mean, even more because so they released Shishkovsky in goal, which is why Alex started the game. They got rid of Musa, Stilianu, Yambere, Pantic, and Vlita. Igliofilo, I think, is on his. I don't know why Greek people have trouble pronouncing Vlita, but Igliofilo is fine. But yeah, Vlita was interviewed by Gerkida after he was released. And there was a couple of things that happened. So 1, DOXA released him, and 2, he was going to go to AES, I think, and that broke down as well. So they asked him a couple of questions on that. But he basically said that the reason he left DOXA was because the owners said to him that they won't have enough in the finances to pay him till the end of the season.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it explains why they've released these 6 players. If you think about it, Shishkovsky will be a very high earner, I think, considering he's actually an international. You know, he's represented Northern Macedonia. And Yambere, you know, has got a lot of experience, Liga. He was at APOEL for a bit. You know, he's got a lot of experience, so he'll demand a high wage. I'm not sure about the other 4, but they've released these 6 players, so obviously that frees up some funds to bring in 2 or 3 other players. So 2 of the players are from AEK that the manager was there before when he got them promoted into Super League ENA in Greece.
Yep.
And Sim Tandy.
Yep.
Cheeky boy Sim, isn't he? Because you asked him about it when the rumor came up. Yeah.
Probing a little bit. Goes, I don't know. I don't. Maybe.
Yeah, and he didn't bite. So he's very good. He's very good. He is very good. Yeah. But yep, congratulations to him on his debut. I think it was a pretty good debut as well.
From decent. He's happy with it.
From the minutes I saw of the game, it was a good start for him.
And while we're on the subject of DOXA, mate, well, I had to get this one in because it's the first show of the year, and lo and behold, as if by magic, he's found out a fucking club, hasn't he? How the fuck does he do it?
I don't know, man.
Varda has joined Panzeraigoz.
Yep.
In 2023, apparently signed for 6 clubs.
Yep.
Mickey Jr. He's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
So Do you want to comment on this one?
Well, Bileas is there, so he'll know to keep his other half away from him. Oh, you want me to carry on? Sorry, I went in. I also hid. But yeah, it was. Panathinaikos is they're not having a great time in the Super League at the moment, are they? But maybe he'll help. I don't know. Maybe he'll just dibby die, and then in March he'll end up signing for I don't know, like fucking FC KRASAVA or something.
Yeah, possibly. Then again, we haven't heard anything about his dog going with him. So did his dog dibby die?
Listen, his dog has an Instagram account, but there hasn't been a picture of posted since July.
What's the dog's name?
Don't make me look it up.
Pedro?
No. It's a female name. But it's like something Mu Varda. So he's given the dog his surname.
Jane.
I can't remember, man.
It's Jane.
You're making me look it up.
Just call the dog Jane.
Jane the dog.
Varda. So Jane Fonda, Jane Varda.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's move on then. We've done 16 minutes.
Merli Mu.
Merli. As in what? As in the magician, Merlin? Or
there it is.
Is it Merly?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's like Egyptian for Marley, like Bob Marley. Maybe he's into Bob Marley. He had cane rows at one point. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Next game.
Yes, let's go.
Next game. Right, who we got? Come on, right? Ah, yes. ANORTHOSIS beat KARMIOTISSA by 0-0. KRASAVA with the winner. Close range finish. Happy days for injury-ridden ANORTHOSIS. Another victory. Second in the table. Mate, I don't know how they're doing it with all these injuries. I haven't got a fucking clue, but kudos to them, man.
They really are. They really are. As well, better result than the same game last year. Especially Milan Nobloch would remember what happened in that game last year. So,
yes.
But yes. They could have scored a second as well. Castel hit the bar. Guerrero's come back as well off the bench, so if he carries on from what he was doing before his injury, and he had a couple of chances in the game as well. He had one where he got worked very well to him, and he slid in to the box as the low cross came in, and he just missed it. So that will probably come obviously with getting his fitness back up. But yeah, scary stuff. KARMIOTISSA also hit the post as well. Rossi hit the post with a shot. I just want to have a quick chat about what happened in the 91st minute, though.
Go on.
I don't know if you saw this, but Pavlos Correa decided to stamp, kick, do something to Dimitris Theodorou in the penalty area, and nothing was given.
Oh, okay.
Did you not see this?
No.
I recommend you look it up afterwards. And
okay. Did this lead to the violin man coming up with any?
Well, he's had some media training, I think, because he didn't say anything about it afterwards. So, 91st minute as well. So penalty the 91st minute. If KARMIOTISSA would have got it, probably, depending on how the penalty would have gone, would have meant a draw instead of a win for ANORTHOSIS, right?
Yeah.
But I really think once this is all been and gone, go look at that highlight again in the 91st minute. But Correa stands on the foot of Theodoro, and it's not even the foot where the ball is going to. Like Theodoro's trying to take a shot, and Correa basically turns his back to him and stands on his foot that he's leaning on. And even like the commentator, as you listen to it, the commentator goes, "Yeah, there's definite contact there. It doesn't go to VAR or anything. There's no that nothing happens." So that happens. So and then APOEL come out with a statement after that, after the game, to say that ANORTHOSIS have asked for a foreign referee team to be at the game between the two that's going to happen this weekend. But the way that they said it was, and they did not include us in the conversation. So if the two teams went together to ask for the foreign referee team, it would have been better. And basically, in no uncertain terms, APOEL then just said, we're going to get a result regardless of whatever referee team gets put in place. In fact, if you want, you can pick the referee team and we'll still end up winning the game because we'll have our fans behind us. So,
ANORTHOSIS mentality monsters, man. Mentality monsters.
ANORTHOSIS then released a counter statement saying that their request had nothing to do with APOEL in general, but for the need to remove any biases that may occur in the refereeing team. Eyebrows. Yeah. Again, okay. I go back to that thing that happened in the 91st minute.
So it looks like we're going to have a 3-hour show next week.
Well, it depends. It depends. I mean, it seems like both teams are goading their fans to cause some shit, isn't it? They're really like they're trying to start something.
Want to be starting something. Got to be starting something. Sorry,
exactly.
I'm in karaoke mood.
Yeah. Now, there's that bit of stuff. There's also some other stuff. So transfer business. ANORTHOSIS have signed Venezuelan central defender Christian Macun.
Oh, he's a centre back, yeah?
Exactly, yeah, centre back.
Okay.
He had a stint with Juventus. He's played for Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Charlotte, and New England Revolution. And basically, he'd finished
MLS.
He finished his MLS contract in November. I think the season ends over there, doesn't it? So I think he's going to need a couple of weeks before he gets fully up to speed fitness-wise, because he basically needs to do a preseason again, doesn't he? And then he'd get brought in, I think. Yeah, in the same statement where they announced his signing, ANORTHOSIS said that 500 people have signed on to their €50 transfer budget drive, which means they've got 25,000 euros kind of to spend.
Right. So
did you not hear about this while you're on leave? So ANORTHOSIS did the same thing as APOEL.
Oh, okay.
But instead of 20 euros for a ticket to a game that's not going to happen, it's 50 euros. But with the 50 euros, you also get a commemorative scarf.
Oh, okay. So
at least you get something for the money that you're putting in.
Right.
And they've also specified where this money is being spent. It's being specifically being spent on bringing players in.
So what's going to be on the scarf then? Is it going to be announced ... question mark?
I don't know. I don't know what's on the scarf. I just know they made a big deal about the scarf. You put 50 euros in, you get the scarf, and the team can sign players easier.
Made out of every squad player's pubic hair. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
There's more. I mean, there's more.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So KARMIOTISSA signed Psychas from APOLLON.
Right.
And there's also some Chico Banza stuff.
Ah, I was waiting for this because I saw something online yesterday evening. I wasn't
Yes.
sure exactly what to make of it because he's gone AWOL, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. So he was in Angola for two reasons. Obviously, one, family stuff, Christmas,
Mm.
whatever else, or whatever. If he doesn't celebrate Christmas, there's other holidays as well at the same time of year. And there was also the preliminary squad for AFCON,
Mm.
and he was in the preliminary squad, but he didn't get into the final squad.
Right.
Right. So he was supposed to come back to Gipro, and once again, as he did in the summer, and as he did in the summer before when he was playing for Pox, he didn't arrive.
Mm. Okay.
And he still hasn't arrived to Gipro, as far as I'm aware. And he put an Instagram post up with it basically him as an Anorthosis player, and then in black and white saying, "I am not well," or something like that. Now, I wanted to get the correct quote, but when I went to go on his Instagram account,
He's deleted it.
he's not deleted it. It's still
Oh,
there. It's just there's no posts, and I think it's because I don't follow him, so he's
okay.
probably set it to just people who follow him to be able to see.
Was it not on one of the websites or anything like that? Because usually
Yeah,
they
it
post
was
it.
as well. Yeah. But yeah, basically he's saying I am not well on it, and then he put something in the post saying that he needs help from the fans.
Okay. Fair
But
enough.
yeah, you see, so so on my phone there's his account, right? But there's no
Posts.
posts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to delve into this one because I'm pretty sure Gergida put up an article about him or something along the lines. I can't remember.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is.
I mean,
It is what it is.
people were joking about it, being like, "Oh, it's like what Warda was doing and whatever else." But the difference between the two is, and even like what he was doing in the summer. In the summer, he was putting videos all the time of him doing fitness training, wearing the tops of APOEL and APOLLON and
Yeah.
whatever other kind of football top he could, just for shiggles. At this time, he seems to have gone quiet. So yeah,
Okay.
it's an interesting one.
Anyway, it is what it
Yeah,
is. It is what it
yeah,
is. Right. Let's move on. Next game. And it is. Hurry up. I forget which one. Oh, yes. OMONOIA beat AEL by 3-1. Gusulos header gave OMONOIA the lead. Loizo then scored twice, further boosting his ego. And AEL grabbed an equalizer through Medojevic from a set piece. Spoke about it at great length on No Choftes. I'll leave the floor to you, my friend.
Well, I mean, yeah, straightforward victory. I don't think it was unexpected either, especially considering AEL have been clearing house with some of their players as well. Yeah, Loizo basically being the star of the show. He could have had a hat trick though. There was like a one-on-one. He was basically on a one-on-one situation, and I don't know if he was trying to chip the goalie or what, but it just went like the way he played the ball. It didn't even go out. It just went, which fine. But yeah.
No, it's not fine.
Well, no, I'm saying it's fine
not
because
fine.
I'm not an OMONOIA fan. So I can
No,
say
but
that.
what I'm saying is not fine because the goalkeeper was already on the floor before he hit the fucking ball. But anyway, carry on.
Well, yes. So people who are subscribed and give you like the 99 cents we'll be able to hear about an hour's worth of that kind of comment. So yeah, if you know, if you're an Omonia fan and you don't give him €1 a month to be able to watch his analysis, maybe do that.
Well, do you know what? The analysis videos have been met with a lot of positive comments.
Yeah.
And there was actually one comment that was put after the video, and it was someone asking me about Yannick Ferreira, the former head coach, and why I prefer him over Sofroni and yada yada yada. And during my jury service, past few days, which I've been sitting in a waiting room, I'm not going to go into that. I've actually put together a video compilation of the good, the bad, and the ugly of Yannick's time. And we're talking about 16 minutes worth of footage. So they're going to get what they want, believe me. So for €1 a month or 99 cents a month, you'll get the analysis. And do you know what? I think this year, Thasso, you and I, we need to do more additional content for This Is Mappa on the members page. What do you reckon? Shall we try and figure something out?
Oh, I've got some ideas.
Yeah?
I've got some ideas. I can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
That
we actually haven't even discussed it. This is the first time I've literally just brought it up. Because
why not? That way we can take some money off people who don't support Omonia as well.
There you go. Say less. Say less.
Bring the cash.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, look, we don't want to talk about Omonia because Jesper Janssen, the sporting director, gave an interview. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
I'm going to do that for the members area probably tomorrow morning, a live reaction to it. I'm going to watch the whole thing in its entirety and react to it. I don't know what he said. Judging by some people's comments in the Discord and online, they're not happy. I couldn't care less, to be honest, because what do you expect from a sporting director that jumps on OFTV every couple of months? Well, what's going to change? Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna...
it's not only that. He's not going to tell you what they're looking for in the January transfer window, because then all the other teams are going to be like, right. you're really desperate for that kind of player. All right, well, let's double the price.
There you go.
You know.
But speaking of desperate, APOEL are in desperate need of reinforcements. Hendy has been released today.
Yes. Yeah.
So the Italian lad of Continella's gone.
Yeah. So we had
Muriel gone.
Yeah, and we had Chernic as well.
That's 4 players already that's gone.
Yeah.
And they've brought in the finger goalkeeper.
Yeah.
The finger goalkeeper. So they can bring in 3 more players.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, because they can bring in 3 more. Yeah.
They're only allowed a maximum of 4, except for there was a thing that we discussed previously as well, because last year Olympiacos signed 6 players, but 2 of them hadn't played for a club between August and January. So yeah, there's some stuff to go on. I just wanted to bring up very quickly Papastilianou. Omonia signed a new goalkeeper. Now, even that process was protracted, even though they were dealing with Beja. Omonia made an offer to start with, which the Beja director said was derisory, and that not even an Agrodicot team would accept the conditions. An improved offer was made, and Transfermarkt lists the value of the transfer as 25,000 euros, right? So that made, they're like, you know, what was the first offer? A packet of Chipidos and a can of Gian.
Dragolinia, mate. Dragolinia.
Which you can get 12% off if you use NCN12 at checkout from Cyprus.com.
Very good. And here's the banner at the bottom. We didn't forget them.
Bam.
We just were waiting for the right time to drop it in, and Thassos has done it impeccably. Congratulations. Very good. Very good.
Segway. Brought to you by Segway.
There you go.
Right. Yeah. So there we go. I think we can move on to the next one.
For sure. And we shall. The new derby of Cyprus ended in a 1-0 victory for FC Bafor. Dragomir with the winner. It was an end-to-end game, a lot more attacking than expected, but Ari will be absolutely fuming with the way that they defended that goal. And Shpilevsky was sent to the stands for the second time this season.
Yep.
And, you know, as much as I respect Ari, it looks like the wheels are coming off slowly.
Yeah, the results haven't been great over the last few weeks, have they, for them since they got knocked out of Europe. Saying that, the best player for Bafo was Ivicic.
Yep.
If it wasn't for Ivicic pulling a couple of blinding saves, Aris would have won this game. I mean, they had a shot bounce off the crossbar as well after Ivicic pulled the save off. Gyro was very quiet. It was very strange from him. But yeah, you know, Bafo dug in deep, got to the 95th minute, 94 minutes and 12 seconds. All right, that's when Dragomir smashed it into the net. Like even when it's like a simple tapping, he likes to fucking whack it, doesn't he?
Does it from 30 yards and does it from 3? It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, just
he goes in hard.
Like, you know,
his missus at home going shit. They take a run and jump. I'm coming for you. Choo choo.
Oh god! No! Hopefully he's not watching.
Boom through the fucking walls.
Hold on.
For those of you listening, Thassos having a coughing fit.
Sorry. Apologies. Right. Okay. Woo, right.
Head first.
Yeah. Oh, you know what Shpilevsky got sent off for, right?
Did he write a curse word on a sheet of paper?
No. He protested quite strongly at the fact that the referee didn't blow the whistle on 94 minutes.
Okay.
So Bafo scored on 94 minutes and 12 seconds, and Alexei Shpilevsky got red carded because he protested strongly that the referee didn't blow the full-time whistle before the goal was scored.
Well, look, if it was in the 90th plus 5,
yeah,
I could understand. But 12 seconds into it's a bit. Yeah, I think you're clutching at straws here, mate. To be honest.
Yeah, exactly. But it does now mean that he's going to be suspended for 2 games. Mm-hmm. And what are the games that Aris have got to play?
Well, they've got OMONOIA at the weekend, but I think he'll be all right for that one.
You don't think it's going to go well for you guys, that one, then? Okay.
If I speak.
You don't sound very confident at all. Okay. All right. And well done. Where are they? Where are you, Aris? Aris. There they are. Matches. Aris. And then they've got APOLLON the game after. Huh. So, yeah.
Sticky.
Yeah, it's a bit sticky, isn't it? Because afterwards they've got ACHNA. In the cup. But yeah.
So what about your mates at Buffer?
Look, listen, right? You know, every time this conversation comes up, and I keep telling you, Buffer need to do better against top 6 teams. Beating Aris for 1 is doing better.
Yes.
They still have a really, really poor record against teams that you're expecting to be in the top 6.
True.
And
very true.
You know, second part of the season, that's all you're playing. You're only playing teams in the top 6. So for me, for me to involve Bafos in the conversation for the title, I got to see what they're doing in the second round, because you know you can go stonk ACHNA and DOXA and AES and stick 6.
Or DOXA next, and then it's AES.
Well, so they're gonna, I expect them to get 6 points from that. But then, if you're playing APOEL, if you're playing OMONOIA, if you're
They got
playing...
OMONIA and APOLLON, then ANORTHOSIS
Yeah,
after that.
so those four games are the ones that are going to dictate whether or not they're going to be anywhere near the top at the end of this.
How's Bruno getting on, by the way? Because I haven't heard his name mentioned in a while.
That's because he's not doing anything.
Okay. There was I thinking I was going to listen to all the experts on social media that told me that Bruno was going to rip the league to shreds after he left Omonia and he went to Buffalo. And he didn't even start, did he?
I
didn't start the weekend.
He
wasn't even on the bench.
I think Pedro was telling me when we recorded last that it was that PAFOS fans have kind of turned on Bruno a little bit.
Oh, have they now?
So
have they now? I'm still waiting for my apology from some Omonia fans that were criticizing me when I said that he weren't good enough. But I've got receipts. Don't worry. I've got receipts. You're welcome. Anyway, let's move on. Final game.
Yeah. Let's move on. Oh,
and I think this is apt that we save the best for last because your boys, APOEL, came from 2 down to get a 2-2 draw against APOLLON with new Spanish head coach, by the way.
Machine.
Yeah, but it was shrouded in controversy as you'd expect in these derby games, especially between these two teams after last season as well, with what happened, especially with your fans and the seats. But good comeback, very good comeback for you lot, and certainly one that your head coach will be proud of, especially now that he got manager of the month for December, even though he's been in the stands for the last 5 months. Red card shown to APOLLON's assistant coach, I think. Well, someone
on the APOLLON bench anyway.
But this goal from Kvilitaya was originally ruled out for offside, and then they changed it on VAR to onside. And there was a big hoo-ha on social media. I didn't really pay too much attention to it because obviously it gets all blown out of proportion and everyone's got a conspiracy and whatnot. From when I saw the first screen which said offside, I said to myself, where is the offside?
Exactly.
And then they showed it as onside and then people lost their shit. I'm like, well, maybe they made the mistake in the truck. Like there is that possibility, but I'm sure you've got a lot to say about this. So
I mean, all the stuff that I've got to say about it is mostly what the two teams have been saying about it since the game. But looking at what happened with the offside decision, to me, like you said, when they did the original, you can kind of, I mean, the images we have are a bit grainy, but you can see that there's something's not right in that call there. And when you zoom really into where,
let me see if I can actually.
Are you able to zoom in?
I'm gonna try. Is it zoom in?
Yeah, zooming in. Yeah. There you go. So, you can't. But you can't really see. But in essence, when you can't see. It's a bit too grainy, but it doesn't matter. When they drew the line originally to show that the value was offside, you can kind of see the APOLLON defender's leg kind of over the line that they've drawn, that they've shown.
But what's that white thing? What's that white thing?
That's an APOLLON player.
So okay, right. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, rather than drawing the line on the APOLLON player's arse, which is what they did on the second one, they drew it on his foot, and his foot is further away from the goal.
Right. Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why people were up in arms and why APOLLON are requesting the recording of the decision making in the VAR van.
Oh, like they're doing the Premier League, huh?
Exactly. So Rangers did it the other day as well, I think.
It was Celtic, yeah.
Was it Celtic? I don't know, but it was Rangers were asking for it. So APOLLON in their statement, in like the second PS that they had, or the first one, was like, we want that, give us that. However, they also they brought out a massive statement like, you know, I'm gonna try and read.
Sounds about right.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read most of it. So
Go for it.
the highlight of the ridiculous things we watched from VAR, Mr. Marios Christoforou, was the 27th minute when the APOEL footballer Kingsley Safo, albeit unintentionally, almost ended the football career of the international midfielder Danilo Spoljaric with the violent and unsportsmanlike foul to which he fell. Okay? Foul which, by all accounts, should have resulted in a straight red card. Instead, the referee charged the APOEL player with a yellow card. Phase in which the VAR Marios Christoforou should have intervened and at least called the referee to judge the phase himself through a replay. However, for emotional reasons,
emotional damage
related to his fan beliefs, he decided to remain uninvolved. This was followed in the 66th. This is my This was followed in the 66th minute by the unsportsmanlike marking of Andreas Panayiotou Filiotis from Marquinhos in front of the fourth referee. So that was the incident that was on the video where the APOLLON person from the bench got red carded. So there was a tackle there on Filiotis by Marquinhos. The foul, which could also have resulted in the red card, if and only if the VAR called the referee to judge it on replay. So he would have got a red card if the VAR told him to go see the replay, even though the referee was in front of the bloody thing when it happened. Anyway, our complaints as APOLLON Limassol have continued since the entire refereeing team tolerated the provocative and unsportsmanlike behaviour of Marquinhos. The highlight of this behaviour was his spitting and arguing with a fan of our team when leaving for the locker room after the end of the game, but also the insults he uttered towards our team's footballer Danilo Spoljaric. Marquinhos should be charged with 3 or 4 cards, either for the fouls he committed or for the countless altercations he had during the match. With every reservation, we also express our concerns about the non-control or insufficient control of APOEL's first goal, i.e. whether the exposed footballer had no part in the goal's achievement influenced the phase with his presence and his actions in the heart of the small area. So basically, first goal shouldn't have counted because the player that had nothing to do, that didn't touch the ball or wasn't in front of the goalkeeper or anything, was offside.
Right, okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Even though he's not affecting play, he's not in front of the goalkeeper, and he's not touched the ball. Anyway.
That's the first phase. Second phase, he's onside, right?
But he didn't touch the ball.
No, but what I'm saying is, yeah, in the first phase he didn't, but second he's onside, right?
Yeah.
Right. So there's no rules being broken there. I don't know.
There are no rules being broken. That's the point. That's the point I'm making. But anyway, we're gonna continue. Finally, the public opinion will wait with interest for the magician, Mr. Christoforou, to explain himself and without hiding behind arbitration professors what happened in the 90+6 minute phase with the end of APOEL's equaliser, specifically how the offside turned into onside in a few seconds. We've already talked about that. Okay. All the above events developed in front of Mr. Andreas Argyriou, as well as the VAR, Mr. Marios Christoforou, who perhaps due to emotional charges proceeded to clearly circumvent the arbitration regulations. Now,
oh boy,
the one thing I do agree with them for is the Safo tackle. Like when you say,
right, let me bring that one up because it is naughty. It
is when you see this shot. It looks really bad, doesn't it? It looks really, really bad.
I mean, that ankle's gone. I mean, he's lucky he didn't break the ankle there, to be honest.
Right. Now, I also dropped a screenshot of a couple of frames before that. as well.
Let's see. Hang about. I'm sure I've got it here.
In the notes.
Is
It's
it this
on the
one?
same page. There you go.
That's it. Yeah.
So, so someone's flying into a tackle there.
Yeah.
Now,
I get what you're saying. I get what
Yeah.
you're saying, but devil's advocate here, it's the follow through, isn't it?
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that if that tackle had been from an APOLLON player or an APOEL player, I would also be arguing for the red card. So I'm completely within their rights to complain about that. Now,
the thing is, I couldn't find it in the highlights. I couldn't find the challenge in the highlights.
Yeah, they didn't put it in there.
And that's the thing, because you can obviously see. I mean, I can't really pass judgment because I didn't see it myself. I'm only going by, the photographic evidence that we have there. I haven't seen it, but it just seems to me that he's followed through on him, and it does look ugly when it's in a freeze frame like that or in slow motion. I get it, but I think OMONOIA, I think Total Green mentioned Bashiru's red card on Sarfor this season, which the referee gave, and they're like, well, what's going on here? But look, I didn't think Bashir's red card was a red card. I think it was soft, to be honest. But I can see why it was given.
Yeah.
And I can see why this one wasn't given as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't like it when people say, well, that one was a red and this one wasn't, because every referee is different, unfortunately. There's no consistency. So it shouldn't be a surprise. While, yes, one or the other wasn't correct, there's no point in... You want to say something, don't you?
I do, but I'm letting you finish. No. Finish what you're saying.
No. But okay.
Yeah, go on.
I'm done.
No, you sure? You sure? No, okay.
Yeah,
because you're talking about this, and there's also the fact that dangerous tackle could have ended Spogliariti's career. That tackle, as APOLLON said themselves, happened in the 27th minute. All right. Spogliaric was substituted at half time.
Right. I can kind of argue that the swelling doesn't appear straight away.
Yeah,
it could take a bit of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that kind of cut there, I mean, it must have been bleeding as well. So I don't know. I just think that it's been blown completely out of proportion. And I'd see the reason why, because it's a new head coach, it's a fiery game, and they blew a 2-goal lead. And the pressure is on. It's on because he's their 7th or 6th head coach in 2 seasons. That 4 last season.
Yeah.
And 2, this is 6. Yeah. So the pressure is there, and we've seen how the APOLLON fans react to bad results.
Yep.
And they've been quiet, to their credit, so far. But I don't know. You can't keep throwing away points like that. I'm sorry. They did it against Aachen a few weeks ago when Finn got sacked, and they've been doing it all season. So I just think now they're clutching at straws. Yes, they are within their rights to complain, but at the same time, they bring it on themselves. And there's something else which I don't know if you've mentioned it on social media or if you've even seen it. I saw this pop up on Twitter the other day, and it's actually APOLLON fans giving it to Sapinto. It's a Sapinto in the stands. He's in the box.
Yeah, you can see him. He's trying not to react.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, security. Oh yeah. Yeah. Get involved now. But
again, that wasn't mentioned either. I don't know if it was on social media.
No. APOEL didn't mention anything about it. What I will say as well is something that got missed off there by the APOLLON statement about Marquinhos's reactions throughout the game, Marquinhos is reporting the APOLLON fans for racist chanting.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
the same APOLLON whose second goal scorer is a black guy, yeah?
well, it's not just that. It's
I'm just saying.
no, I mean, listen, APOLLON have been fined twice this season already for racist chanting from their fans, including against Gyro when he scored against them, and then things rained down on top of him.
Like,
Yeah. And then racist chanting against him. And I can't remember the other incident. So it's a problem, and it's a problem that the obviously because of APOLLON's statement regarding Marquinhos' behaviour during the match, and Marquinhos reporting the APOLLON fans for racist chanting, the players' union came out to say that what's going on? Why are we doing this racist chanting? This country is better than this. And I mean, if you have a look at what Vrionides has been saying, it's not better than this. I mean, even OTHELLOS got fined. OTHELLOS got fined last week for fans doing racist chanting.
Has what's it called? Has APOEL said anything about it?
About the racist chanting? Yeah.
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 Oh, they have.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
it's another one that's going to rage on for a while, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's going to rage on for a while, but you know, the ANORTHOSIS APOEL game's going to happen, something new is going to happen, and everybody's going to forget about it.
Yep.
Until Vrionides brings his hammer down and asks for more money off APOLLON for the chanting.
Yep.
You know, some points are going to start getting going to have to start being taken off.
Well, look, in 11 months' time, we'll probably be finishing off our year in review, and this will be the big story, isn't it? You see it happening, isn't it?
it's the what points deduction, or you mean the?
No, just like in general. I mean, we could write a book about this calendar year.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, we're halfway through the season almost.
Yeah,
well, we are actually. We haven't even started, but you know, fortunately, you make notes, so there you go.
Yeah, well, there you go. Just yeah, exactly.
There you go. There you go.
So
right.
Before
we carry on,
yeah, I was going to say there's a couple of transfer bits and pieces.
Okay, well, look, let me just bring up the league table just so that we're clear as to who is doing what and who and what, and where. All right, so APOEL top of the league on 39 points. ANORTHOSIS and OMONOIA second and third respectively. ANORTHOSIS on 37 points. OMONOIA on 35. Buffalo locked with OMONOIA on 35. ARI on 32. AEK sit in the final playoff spots, 30 points. 4 points behind them, APOLLON. Then you have SALAMINA, 25 points. APOEL on 19. Apparently, from what I've been told, they wanted to bring in a striker. That's not going to happen. Well, not with the person I spoke to anyway. OTHELLO on 13 points with ETHNIKOS on 10th and 11th. AES on 12 points. KARMIOTISSA on 10. And DOXA on 5 points. 1 victory, albeit against ARI. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the league.
So, looking at that table, though, those 5 draws for OMONOIA are probably going to look even more painful, I think, at the end of the season.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, APOEL still top. Come on. If we get a draw,
Kenneth on you. Oh, fuck you.
But no, you know, there's obviously there's the big game at the top this weekend, APOEL versus ANORTHOSIS. If that's a draw, then OMONOIA and PAFOS are right back in it. You might if it's a draw and OMONOIA and PAFOS get wins, it's gonna be spicy.
If buts and maybes.
Yes.
If buts and maybes.
Now, I just wanted to finish off a couple of transfer bits and pieces.
Shoot.
So the first one is Fazidis is out of here. Bam, bam.
Fazidis gone.
He's gone to ARIS Thessaloniki. So guess who was right about him?
You?
Me. I was right. I was right.
You.
Yeah. I got shit on social media for saying instead of signing Fazidis, we could have kept Kande Diawara, right? And I got shit because Fazidis is played for this team and he's done so well. And he's great.
He knows the league. He knows the league. He's got experience. He knows the language. He knows the culture.
How many? He played 10 games, I think. No assists, no goals, no nothing, and good riddance. But yeah, the other bit of transfer news as well is it happened today or yesterday. APOLLON have signed Bruno Santos, ex-AL captain Bruno Santos.
Yes, known for stepping on Loizo's neck, literally. Fucking hell.
Well, to be fair, Loizo is about that big. So
yeah, but the kid was on the fucking ground, man. Fucking hell.
But yes, so Bruno Santos left last January in tears because he didn't really want to leave AL, but he left AL to go back home to play in Brazil for a team called Goiás. Now, 12 months later, he signs for APOLLON. So, when I posted about this on Twitter, your friend of mine, Ruslan, he had a response. Do you want me to read the response?
Yes.
Oh, this is so dirty from Santos. The way all the fans supported him, the way he left all of a sudden and cried, standing in front of all of us. There will be hostilities on Saturday. So,
yeah. And see, here's the thing now. Like, it's not as if Limassol is like London, where it's difficult to find people.
Yeah.
Which village do you think he's gonna hide in?
Oh, he's definitely not staying at my AA's house. The people. Don't go to my AA's house. It's fine.
Wait. Oh my god.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The other thing that happened as well, APOEL wise, is that Dino Jordanos has actually agreed to help fund build the new stadium for APOEL.
Hold on. Before you carry on, has he agreed to part fund the stadium, or has he agreed to sit at the table to discuss part funding the stadium?
I don't know the answer to that, to tell you the truth.
See,
now that you've said it like that, because
I'm not sure if he's actually turned around and said, I'm gonna build subsidize 50%, or he's actually said, I've agreed to sit down with you, because this apparently is going to happen in March or something, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to do a press conference in March or April,
right,
to reveal kind of like the technical specifications and
right. Okay, so maybe they have agreed. I don't know.
But yeah.
Okay, well, look, put it this way: it's obviously going to be a big thing for the club. The question I have for you is, will he be only involved in the stadium? And by that, I mean, yes, he's going to subsidize 50% of the stadium, and I'm sure he's going to work out a way to generate revenue himself, or maybe get a percentage of any sponsors or whatever. But do you think he's going to have anything to do with the club as well?
Apparently, no. It's just the company that will be created for the stadium.
Okay.
So the thinking is that they're talking about restaurants and cafes and whatnot in the building of the stadium, which
Right.
means that in theory there's a commercial investment on top of also it being a stadium.
Right. Okay.
Now it's going to be in Gokkinodrimisskia, so I don't know. Do you know where Gokkinodrimisskia is? It's between Lefkosia and Katokopkia.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's on the
Slightly out.
yeah. So there's the motorway that basically goes out of Lefkosia and goes to nowhere,
Huh.
and it's one of the junctions of that one.
Okay.
But yeah,
It might offer nothing to the club other than just a stadium to play in.
yeah.
Well,
In essence, the stadium won't be owned by the club. It will be owned by an entity, which the club will also be involved in.
this is a dangerous one.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dangerous one because why does this remind me of Coventry City?
What, the Rico Arena?
Yeah, because it wasn't owned by the club.
No.
It was owned by obviously Rico, and Rico owned Jaguar, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's about, but yeah.
And they were booted out.
Yep. Yep, they were. So let's see what happens. There's going to be. I want to read the fine print of whatever gets put across in March, April before I'm like.
We don't know the capacity. We don't know anything, do we? We just know that.
I think I saw 14,000. I think I saw.
Well, this is the other thing, right? I'm just gonna say this, right? Mm-hmm. Because I had a conversation with some OMONOIA fans a few weeks ago, right? No, a few months ago, and I said if OMONOIA were to build a new stadium, I think 12 to 14,000 or 12 to 15,000 is about right. And people saying to me, no, we need 20,000. Why? Oh, because
you're only going to fill it for like the game versus APOEL.
Not even that. Maybe the odd European game, because this is what they were saying. If we get Man United again, if, and I said, there's no point in building a stadium that big unless you're going to have concerts, unless you're going to have this and that. And if APOEL build a new stadium, Alpha Mega is there, KRASAVA is still there. There's 3 stadiums already. Like, how many concerts are they going to fucking have in Cyprus? You know, unless they decide to have UFC there, but you got Saudi Arabia around the corner, and they've monopolized everything. So stop talking to me about building a 20,000-seater stadium. Build a stadium that you can fill. Build it for 10,000, right? And people are going to say to me, yeah, but what about the others? No. We get 7,000-8,000 max at games. Yeah, the big ones. Right? You're not going to get 10,000 unless it's a match that's in high demand. And then when you do that, you can raise the ticket prices and make money out of it. Anyway.
Yeah, man. Let's have a big stadium. Just have it.
Look, let's get it right. Yeah. How many fans do you think go to APOEL games right now?
Well,
on average.
On average, there must be, I don't know, they must hit like 9 on average.
Right.
Obviously, obviously that goes massive if there's like an OMONOIA or ANORTHOSIS or APOLLON or whatever.
Well, no, because sometimes they cut the allocation for away gang supporters. So even then, it's not going to be sold out. You're not going to have 12,000 APOEL listers and 2,000 OMONOIA fans.
Well, yeah, but KRASAVA is like 20-something thousand.
Yeah, and it doesn't even fill.
No, it doesn't.
The derbies.
It doesn't. It doesn't, and they try to segregate the crowds even more when APOEL are playing OMONOIA.
I want to know where we can get the numbers for attendances.
Every summer, Cyprus FA do it every summer. But I didn't do it for this year. I can tell you the numbers for 2 seasons ago.
Well, look, let's put it this way, right? If APOEL win the league, you're probably going to have a party inside the stadium. Let's say with this new stadium that you build, you win the league, right? You're going to have a party and you're probably going to sell out or whatever. And you're going to sell out when it comes to big European games like your Real Madrids and whatnot. But you're not going to build a 20,000-seater stadium for the sake of building a 20,000-seater stadium. I mean, look at Panathinaikos, for example, in AEK Athens, right? They haven't built like 70,000 stadiums. I mean, they're what, 35, 40,000? Because it's realistic. When they were playing at the Olympic Stadium or whatever fucking stadium it was with a running track, how many was that? 60,000, 70,000 or however much it was that they used for the Olympics? Massive stadium. But they weren't filling. And then you have the stadium bans. Yep. See, these other things that they need to take, which I'm sure they're going to take into consideration. There's no point. And look what we saw with the Alpha Mega. First it was going to be 15,000, then it was going to be 13, then it was going to be 12, then it was 10, 11, how much it is?
10 now.
So,
11.
Yeah,
11,000.
11.
So I've got the average attendance numbers for the 2021-22 season here, if you want them.
Yeah.
APOEL 6,464, OMONOIA 4,181.
That was the average for last season.
No, for the 21-22 season.
So OMONOIA got 4,000 average.
Yep.
Yeah, for the season that we won the cup.
21-22.
Yeah, that was when we fell out the top 6.
Yeah.
And Lennon won the cup.
Okay. So we've got APOLLON 3,800, ANORTHOSIS 3,100, ARIS 1,400, AL 1,400, PAFOS 1,300, AEK 800, Olympiakos 680, ETHNIKOS 340, BAEK 330, and DOXA 330.
Right.
And then what I did is I broke that down by the percentage of the actual full capacity of the stadium. So APOEL filled, on average, filled the RACB up 28%, OMONOIA 18%, APOLLON at the Tyrion 29%, ANORTHOSIS 31%. But again, all these games include versus DOXA, versus BAEK, versus ETHNIKOS, which you're not going to fill the stadium in.
Exactly.
DOXA were playing at the Magario at the time, and they only filled it up 2%. Now, we talk about these numbers as if, you know, when you look at the averages and the percentages are a bit shit. But I worked it out. Where is it? Yeah, so total attendances during each game week. The total attendance for the 22nd game week of the first phase was the highest for the league, which was 20,087 over all the games, right? That attendance would struggle to fill Craven Cottage, but as a percentage of the total population of the country, that's about 1.6% of the country, right? Now, if you did that for the population of England, that would mean the Premier League would have 930,000 people. Yeah, that's 12.5 Old Traffords. So literally impossible, even if you fill every stadium, for the 10 matches, it's impossible to fill that many people.
Yeah.
In the stadiums in England, if you do a direct correlation. There's loads of people going to the games, but the grounds are too big. The grounds, so the Tyrion was too big. The Magario that DOXA were using, obviously, and Olympiakos, too big. RACB is too big for the teams that play there. The only one that seems to be slightly fit for purpose is Ajax.
Yeah, but look, okay, let's but Ajax is what, 6,000, 7,000? Yeah. If you look at Panathinaikos, Leophoro is what, 16,000? That fills. Yeah. Karaiskagi in Greece, Olympiakos, I think it's 30, 35, something like that. They sell out. Yeah. We talk about Cyprus. I mean, Petros is the national one fits 75,000. They weren't selling out. I was watching the fucking derbies between Panathinaikos and AEK, and they weren't filling out. there's a comment here. Omonia was second in the group and we got more than the champions that season. Are you talking about the season that APOLLON won it or ARI? Because everyone outsells ARI unless you're DOXA or whatever. So it's not a massive achievement. But what I'm saying is you're not going to build a 20,000 seater stadium for Omonia or APOEL because they don't even sell out when it comes to the, unless it's Man United or whatever. And those are fans of other clubs that turn up. All right, you're going to give tickets to sponsors and corporates or whatever, boxes, but you're not going to get, come on, even the cup final, yeah? Season 21-22, APOLLON, what, we had more fans than APOLLON. Well, how many fit the Syria?
Hold on, I'm gonna get that article back up.
Yeah, get that up. Because you got the stats in front of you, my guy.
Yeah, I'll get it back up. I closed it. Let me go back to it. So, let's have a look. Yeah, Omonia on average had 4,181. APOLLON had 3,863.
Nugs. All right, I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
So, the Tyrio is 13,331.
Right.
And the Rasi B is 22,859.
So, just around a third of the stadium.
Yeah.
But that was when we finished out the top 6. All right, okay, let's see what they say about the season just gone and see what happens there. But I just think it's stupid to build a 20,000 seater stadium.
I agree. I mean, like I said, right? Direct correlation between in ratios in between the amount of people that went to go watch in match day 22. If you did the same percentage of the population of the country to England, you need 12.5 Old Traffords to fill up the amount of people that went to go see Cypriot. There's too many seats and not enough people. That's just what it is. It is what it is.
There's a comment here. More realistic is the season tickets to come up with the numbers. The thing is, that season, that 21-22 season, I remember they put out, Omonia had 8,000 season ticket holders. I remember that because they were bragging about it online, but yet the average is 4,000. So even if people have purchased season tickets, only 50% of them showed up on average. What did I tell you? It's like when I had my gym membership for 3 months and I didn't go. I'm just paying for nothing.
Yep. Yeah.
I think a lot of people bought tickets, season tickets, because of the European campaign, and they thought group stages, great, happy days. You go with your top selling tickets plus 4,000 seats for away team plus whatever. Yeah, but as Thassos said, the average for that season was 4,000, and we had 8,000 season ticket sales. So you can't go buy, season ticket. It doesn't matter. It's like Sunderland the other day. This is the funny thing. Sunderland, their attendance for the game against Preston was 35,000. There weren't 35,000 people. It was half of that. But they took the season ticket sales as part of the attendance. Well, it didn't happen. It's who scans the card, and then they should total it up that way. Arsenal used to do it a lot. Season ticket sales. Okay. Arsenal used to do it a lot when they moved into Emirates. 60,000 and it's half empty. They're accounting for fucking season ticket holders. Well, what is this? That's not an attendance, and it's a capacity difference. Anyway, we've done an hour and 18 minutes, and I think we've done most of it talking about bloody gone.
No. There was more news. One of the things is obviously the African Cup of Nations going to start.
Yes.
So I did a list of players that are going to be missing for teams.
Shoot.
So we've got Aris, we've got Mayambela for South Africa.
Yeah.
And they've got Yago for Burkina Faso.
Okay.
So that's the first one, right?
2.
Yeah. Then we've got Omonia missing. So I said AFCON. There's also the Asia Cup. There's also the Asia Cup.
And Karim. So it's 4.
Yeah. So there is 4 exactly. And Sarifat for Iran, Kasama for Guinea-Bissau, Semedo for Cabo Verde, and Uzoho for Nigeria.
Yeah.
So APOEL are going to be missing Dalcio. He's going with Guinea-Bissau. AES are going to be missing 2. They're going to be missing Del Miro and Roca Santos.
Okay.
For Cape Verde. And DOXA are going to be missing someone. They're going to be missing Fofana, who's going with Mauritania. Now,
Okay.
who's got the most problems there with players missing?
Well, you look at it and you think Omonia, really.
Mm-hmm.
You think, but it's like I said on the pod, with Semedo being gone, granted top goal scorer, assist, yada yada yada. This should be the motivation for whoever comes into the team to cement that place their own, so that when Semedo comes back to Cyprus, he'll be thinking twice whether he's got his position. I'm not worried about Zoho. Couldn't care less. For me, it's a blessing in disguise that he's gone, as far as I'm concerned. Kasama hasn't played for weeks, so might as well, no point even counting him. And Karim, I'm 50-50 with that, because we do need another striker. And going back to what I was saying about the Ferreira review I'm going to do, Karim was absolutely outstanding under Ferreira, but he can't play under Sofroni because Sofroni is a passion merchant and he doesn't know what to do with players with ability and style. You know, that's why you see players like Humbo sat on the bench, because he doesn't know what to do with creative players. You know, he just wants kick and run merchants. I'm not going to go into that. So I think out of all those players, for me, Karim's the one that we'll miss most, because we need a centre forward. I don't think we'll miss Semedo as much as people think we will. And people are saying, "Oh, what about, you know, take Semedo out of Omonia's team and you got a 10th place team?" Well, my argument is, well, we've had 108 corners this season and only scored 5 from them. So if we had someone that could attack a set piece or even deliver a set piece, then we might get more goals and wouldn't need Semedo, to be honest. But again, it's all hypothetical. You know, we might lose against Ari and people are going to say, "Oh, we need signings," but we might beat Ari and whoever comes in at left wing might have a stonking game. And it's going to shut people up for a week until the next bad result.
Exactly.
So on the surface, Omonia look like problems, but I think AES are going to have problems because Del Miro is a big player for them.
Del Miro is the captain.
Yep.
And Roca Santos has been really good for him as well in midfield. Ari, Mayambella, and Iago for Ari, I think is going to be a big miss.
Mayambella for sure.
Big miss. And
for sure.
And Dalcio for APOEL is going to be a very big miss. Yeah. No,
I'm not sure, man.
You don't think?
No.
They've been towards the end of the APOLLON game as well. They moved Marquinhos into a more central position to kind of see whether or not that would be a good replacement for Dalcio in the middle.
Who's he playing for again? It's the same as
Guinea-Bissau.
Kasama, yeah?
Yeah.
Guinea-Bissau. When's their first game? Let me have a look. Group stages, match day. Guinea-Bissau. Where is it? Oh, they're in the opening game against Ivory Coast on the 13th. Who's in their group? They got Equatorial Guinea and Nigeria. So you're expecting Ivory Coast and Nigeria to get out of that group. Yeah. So I'm expecting Dalcio to be back by when? Fucking hell, the next game, the end of the round is the 24th of Jan.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to I think the tournament's until the middle of February. Pedro says he agrees with me, but I can't remember what I said.
What, with Semedo being out? That's probably what he means. Simic will finally play in his natural position. Who do you agree? What do you agree with there, Pedro? What were you talking about?
Yeah. Come back to us for that. In the meantime,
yes,
AEK fans for the last game before the Christmas holidays, they chucked teddy bears onto the pitch. It says for Dalcio.
The kids.
Yeah, so they chucked teddy bears onto the pitch for kids. Now, Vrionidis fined AEK.
Of course he would. Of course he would. Fucking hell, man. Honestly, you could tell that Vrionidis is the kind of guy that when he's with his grandchildren, he'll open a big packet of Doritos and he'll offer one to his grandson and they'll take one and then he'll eat the rest of the packet. And then when they come back, have you got any more? No, I ate them all. That's the kind of person that is.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Like he will go in the fridge, right, and you'll see the last carton of Guianita, and he will take it and he will drink it. It's supposed to be his grandson, so he drank it, and then he'll have the temerity to turn around and say, "I taste like shit anyway."
Oh dear, man. Fucking Vrionides. I was hoping to find a few more funny bits and pieces for Vrionides, but that's basically it. Now, a couple of other little bits just to finish off. So Jack Rolls.
Leonidas told his 6-year-old grandson that Father Christmas isn't real.
Yeah, I buy the presents. It's me.
I come down the chimney, motherfucker. Look, Mario, he's in Rome trying to persuade Dybala to come to Omonia. Thank me later. Or are you going to the Vatican so you can see what's in the basement? Weirdo. Sorry.
Yeah, well, listen. Less about that, the better. We don't want to get banned. Yeah. So Jack Rolls. He's having a good time at Crawley Town. Is it Jack Rolls or Jack Rolles? I do want to do it. Roll it up. Okay, we'll go with Rolls then. But yeah, he's been getting some awards for Crawley.
Yes.
In League 2 there. So
okay, good for him.
Yep. I think we will miss Semedo because he does more than anyone until now. If his replacement does not perform like we wish, it's going to be bad for us. Yeah, I mean,
it just means that the head coach will have to figure it out. Yeah. The head coach will have to figure it out. He has to get tactics booked out, all one page of it.
Yep, pretty much.
Notepad. It's a mini notepad. It's a post-it note. It's a stamp. That's his tactic. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm letting you go. Because I've only got one more bit of news anyway. It's a bit of a funny thing. I don't know. Have you watched the FC KRASAVA documentary that they put up on YouTube?
No, I saw their head coach losing his shit at halftime and lambasting Thiago. And I saw that.
Have you watched the full clip of that?
No.
I recommend anybody to watch it because it's interesting anyway. Because you see Yevgeny, you see him kind of try to explain the ethos of the team, the financial troubles that they were having last season, which explains why they've got a transfer embargo, and kind of how they try to get the Serie on instead of going to a smaller ground that you can have in the second division, but instead he wanted the Serie on because this is, and they actually have a board meeting with the people that sponsor the club, and he's explaining why they want the Serie on instead of playing at Bareklisha.
Right.
Now then they go into kind of like they interview Thiago for a little bit. Thiago talks about there's a lot of pressure on me. I don't know if I can deal with it. And then I go home to my wife and I explain things. And the manager and the president explained things to me, and I understood more the role and blah, blah, blah. Talks about the mentality of somebody like Thiago, who's basically the captain at KRASAVA, and how to deal with the pressure. And then they go into kind of like a little bit of training and a little bit of discussions that Haralambidis has with the team before the game against Hermes. And then they have a team talk before the match against Hermes, and it's all calm and collected. And then, because it's 0-0 at half time, he walks in. He walks into the into the place to give the team talk, and he's going, "What the fuck is this shit? Fuck you! What are you doing? You fuck!" And then it's like, "You fucking pussies!" And he's going like this, "You fucking pussies! You men are you fucking
I see
pussies!
That. I see that.
Oh, you are a pussy!" and you see him, and he's like proper like angry, and you could see veins and then afterwards they're interviewing him afterwards, kind of in his library, in his office, and he's like, "Yes, so the team talk, I gave the team talk like that because I wanted to encourage and motivate more experienced players, which is why, you know, I shouted at players like Thiago, because they are able to deal with that. And then then they show you the highlights of the game after he gives that team talk, and KRASAVA win 2-0 and Thiago scores both of them. so listen, I don't know what's going on there. Well, I mean, I know a little bit because I watched the documentary.
Well, it's like he's trying to take a leaf out of the Sir Alex book, because Paul Parker told me a story that, you know, one of the senior players was having a great game, and Ferguson at halftime absolutely destroyed him because he wanted the youngsters to look at him and think, shit, he's having a game of his life. He's fully experienced, and there are levels to this. So maybe he's taking a leaf out of that.
That's exactly what he was saying. He was saying that the reason why he was aiming at Thiago specifically was because it was more to motivate not just Thiago, but the younger players, the less experienced players, to be like, Jesus Christ, he's really giving him one. I think we need to pull up yeah. So he was asking all the players to perform with his, you're fucking pussies. Are you men? Fucking like okay, you know, people, you know, there might not. Their English is obviously quite a lot of people, players.
Yeah, but I mean that tells you what you need to know, really.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I'm calling you this anyway. But it's really like I recommend, if anybody's got like a spare hour.
Well, too, I'm gonna
watch documentary.
I'm gonna take the link and send it to a few friends of mine that work in HR, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, is there anyone in Cyprus? I'd be like, you can't say that. You can't say that. But you'd be like, well, this is Cyprus. This is
listen. There's that, and also, Kyria Haralambidi, Milamas, we'll interview you, please.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Please, my God, if we get Haralambidi on the podcast, I'm going to be like,
he's sweating.
Yeah. Mario's saying, somebody clip this. Don't clip it.
No.
My impression of Haralambidi. No, it's all right. But I would definitely, if anybody has the time and can deal with Russian and English, just English subtitles, it's a very interesting thing to go watch. Especially how the league is going in the second division as well at the moment. I don't know. You know, the top 6 are split by 4 points.
Okay.
Olympiacos and Paralimni are on the same points at the top 27. Omonia 2, Electric Boogaloo, and Omonia Radipor on 25. Bayar on 24, and FC KRASAVA on 23.
So it's toit.
It's toit.
Where are Bayar again?
Bayar 5th.
Okay, so they've still got a chance.
Oh, yeah. Now, what happens in the second division as well is they play each other once before it splits up.
Right.
So they've got 2 games left before that split happens. And then after that, they're going to be playing, those teams are going to be playing each other twice. So it's going to be like a fucking... Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to do it. What are you going to do? I'm going to do it, mate. Here we go. For the benefit of those.
Oh, here we go.
Вы останетесь и будете плакать, как тряпки.
What the fuck? Why is it in...
Я думал, что у меня мужчины в команде. Но вы тряпки. Все вы. Сейчас у тебя есть 3 минуты, Тиаго. Ты говоришь, ты бьешься. Мне все равно, что ты сделаешь, но вы выиграете эту игру. Мы играем 4, 2, 3, 1. С Маркосом и Они. Ставрос идет налево.
The ending. Fuck you!
that's edited. The clip in the actual documentary is longer as well.
Fuck you!
Oh man.
Amazing.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. It's
Brilliant.
It's so.
Oh God. Anyway, I
there
think
was
we're done.
Yeah,
On,
there was
on.
just a question I think there from Petros Real.
Can you tell me, please, why APOEL fans don't want Kvilitaya? I would love him in OMONOIA. He gives too much. He doesn't score many goals, but he gives too many things more than goals. It's the Duris syndrome, mate.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Pedro underneath has said. It's
oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, it's exactly it. I mean, Kvilitaya, I think, would be great as a second striker. He's somebody who works really hard, throws his body on the line, presses, pass, header, drop down, doing everything. He just can't put the ball in the net. And when you're playing up front by yourself, that's kind of what you need. All right, Marquinhos and other players are kind of picking up the slack a bit, but as a forward, his record for APOEL not great. Or even though he's the captain and he plays fantastic, it's just.
Listen, I got my views on the player, and I'm not going to get into it. But as I said, it's Duris syndrome.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I think that's it. We've done 1 hour and 36 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for watching live. For those of you watching on repeat or rerun or whatever you want to call it, leave something in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on what's been going down. Thank you for those watching on Instagram Live. I don't know how many people are watching on Instagram Live, but thank you.
I saw it was at 30, 40 people at one point.
Oh wow! Okay.
When I looked over, so yeah,
that's good. I'll take that. I'll take that. My Instagram is here. Thassos is
there. Exactly.
We're on Twitter. This is Mappa. We've got a Facebook group page. We have a Discord. Anything else?
We have our cafesflares.com, although we haven't put an article up for a while.
It's coming.
Yeah, there's some stuff. There's some stuff coming. Obviously, we've got some stuff lined up. So
absolutely. There you go. Right. So that's it, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in. So until next time, adios.
Bye.